just based on the crowd we've got. I think most of the crew here is less comfortable with the reverse of the knee bend to backside versus the position, more comfortable probably with some straight ankles and knee bars and toe holds and calf slices, those kinds of things. I'm gonna give you guys a choice that we're going with the cover. What sounds good?
I still know so little. I don't even know what to ask.
I'm up for anything. I don't know much.
I've been liking trying knee bars.
Knee bars?
And I haven't been feeling good about them, but I've been trying for them.
Okay. So much when you've been trying. Show me how Casey.
Well,
Or Matt, I'm sorry.
so the one from half that I've been trying to feet in half on me, on my half is really sort of just guiding. But you know, trying to elevate of some sort, get under, and then come across. And if I'm so from any of getting here, come across, and start working into locking up. The issue is I don't actually know where my legs are supposed to be because I don't know that I've done enough of them.
Okay.
You've shown like 2 entries, and then I just tend to work into half guard anyways.
Okay.
So I've been trying to find from half guard how to get in.
Perfect. I've got 2 options we can look at knee bars from half guard. One I call it the knee shield sweep, which is kind of what you ended up doing, but I have a different way of doing it. So we can do a knee shield sweep. We can also talk about one how it's almost like kicking over straight into DOA and rotating up into a knee bar. So we got 2 options from that today. We'll do that. Good. And Jim, it's been a long time since I've shown these in here, so I don't know. You may not have seen these either. It's probably been a couple years since I've shown them. How long have you been training with us? 6 years.
2 years in August.
So you may have seen it early on. So this may be a refresher for you, but it'll be good to revisit. These are some old
Yeah,
videos.
so he kicked me with one last week. I was like, what the hell did you just do?
Yeah, we'll do that today. That's good stuff. All right, we'll do our Aussie warm-ups. Come here. So just a reminder on these Aussie warm-ups, we're gonna be underneath. Our hips are gonna be just a little bit past their hips. Bring our knees back up to our chest. Knees are flaring out, so I'm putting pressure against his knees. This is my contact. During this process, we never wanna have both knees back here because he can just sit right down in the mount, right? We wouldn't do that in real life, so we're not gonna do that or doing warm-ups. So we're gonna kick to the side, shoot a leg up, shoot our hips up. We're using this leg to a hamstring curl to pull us up. We wanna connect our knees. We're gonna have to this side. Now when I talk about not having both legs back, it's with a rope where we're going from side to side. So like when I'm coming down, I'm not doing this. Alright, we're not doing big rotation back and forth. Everything is control. I'm going from this position, flaring my knee out to touch the opposite leg. I'm using that for my control. So I've always got this far leg connected until I'm up in Ashi. Or up in a single leg egg, same thing. Any questions? Alright, partner up, 1, 2, 3.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able, I'm gonna have a hard time getting around your legs.
I'm gonna have a hard time getting up.
Yeah. Stretch legs a little more. Good. That's good, Jim.
You don't have an H now. Me. You may not be able to reach your hip. I hate that I missed Evan's thing yesterday. I couldn't walk yesterday morning.
Oh, there's your back.
My back was so jacked up.
That sucks. Ryan, pause in the middle. So reset in the middle, knees to your chest. There you go. Good. Now it's going.
It's not feeling good today. I gotta get my ass up there.
Good. Pause in the middle, Ryan.
Was I doing it again?
Yeah. Reset in the middle. Now go to the next side. Good. it keeps your core a little more engaged, and it will smoke your core.
It just makes it worse.
It just makes it worse. Yeah.
I'm gonna find a way to make this.
Go. Not going underneath here, Matt. Stand on top. Like with your arm, I mean. Good. That's very good. Good job. Very good. Yep, looks pretty good. Shoot those hips up. Good. I want to see you rotate your body a little more. Like his feet are really drunk whenever you're ready to attack. Good, but you're sideways. Like rotate your body. Yeah. Like leave your hips where they are. Rotate your body to his foot. Yes, good. And then shoot your hips up. Good. Sorry.
It's alright.
It's alright. That's why we rep it, right? Practice.
Same thing.
That's better. Good. One more set of reps in. We're gonna practice our heel hooks. We're gonna gym. Practice our heel hooks. Just get familiar with them on your back. We're gonna use from honey hole. So just a reminder on honey hole. Honey hole is when a way to enter honey hole. If we're just sitting here like this, we're just going to bring his leg across body. So I'm going if I'm and this isn't an entry, this is just like, how do I get into honey hole like a disc drill? Grab the leg up on one side of your body, pull across the other, scoot in, and then this outside leg comes over. Okay? So I'm hitting an inside heel hook, which means his leg is like, how do I explain it? Between he and I, whereas this would be an outside heel hook, where it's on the outside.
Pulling my heel toward the inside of toward the center of my body.
That's another way. Yeah, there's another good point. There's nothing on the in. My body's on the inside of his legs. My work's not working this morning. So this is honey hole. The drill we're gonna do is we're gonna start flat on our back. Our hand is not gonna leave his heel the entire time. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach up with my forearm. Put on this. My forearm's gonna hit his toes. With my elbow down to the mat. Sit forward. Butterfly grip. And just over and over. My hand's not going to leave his heel the entire time. My forearm is going to go to his toes. Elbow down to the mat. Sit forward. I'm using my forearm to stuff his toes in my armpit. Butterfly grip. And do this 10 times each. Just to practice. When we got position. So again, hand on the heel. Forearm to the toes, elbow to the mat. And I'm using my forearm to pull his toes down. Now I'm using my forearm to push him into my armpit. Butterfly grip. Any questions? Let's do 10 reps each on each leg, so you should be getting a total of 20 reps each. 1, 2, 3. Get your thing about butt to butt. Get your butt close to his butt and his knee line in. Good. There you go. Good. Good. Now forearm. Turn palm in. Turn the palm in towards you.
This.
Yep. There you go. Good. And then just use your forearm to poke it underneath your armpit. Start again.
Yeah, it is. A little bit.
Start.
Need you about another 6 inches of leg.
Down that. Good. Now as you come up, you're going to keep using your forearm to poke his toes back. Good. You're going to go underneath. That is exactly right.
Okay.
Good. Yep. Good. Very good. Take 10 of those. Make sure it's your forearm, not your hand, Jim. On his toes. Exactly right. Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Not your hand, use your forearm.
It doesn't feel good.
And then finishing that grip. Going back to position. Using that grip, instead of cupping your own hand, I want you to cup. Yeah. Wow. There you go. Good. stay on the heel the entire time. Good. Almost there. Now lift up his foot with your left hand, forearm underneath, and grab your own wrist. That's it. Good job. Yep. Yep. And then lift forward. Poke those toes in your poke the toes in your armpit, and then underneath. Good. Yes.
No.
Yes, like that. Yep. Now see how his knee line is way out here? You need his knee in your, like in your waistline. Your deeper, good. Okay. Yep, there you go. Forearm on his toes. Bring his heel, elbow to the mat, good. Lean forward, poke the toes in your armpit. Good, there you go. And just take the reps, get more and more smooth. That's good though. Looks pretty good, Ryan. Keep that left hand on the heel the entire time. Like cupped on the heel, not the Achilles, on the heel. Yep, right there, good.
Okay.
Good. Use that forearm to curl in your armpit. And then forearm on his toes. Good. Take your elbow to the mat. And now try not to turn his foot. You want to keep his foot up. Forearm on that. Elbow to the mat. Now when you good. Use your forearm, poke on your, not your hand, on your forearm. Good. Poke on your armpit. Lean forward. Good. Now lift his leg up with your left hand. That's it. There you go. You tend to
Where it's this way, and I'm looking up.
Yeah, you're not rotating. You want to think about bringing your elbow down to the mat, bring his foot down, and now sitting forward. And as you sit forward, you focus on your armpit. Good. Now lift. That's it. Good job.
In is what's going to put all the pressure. Okay. Pull the knee out. We'll swap sides. Okay. I think I'll make this way. So.
I know that transition's a little difficult at first.
Yeah, just more and more reps, the more comfortable you'll get with it. Pretty good. Looks good, Jim. The hand on the heel the entire time. See how that hand's on the Achilles, on the hand on the heel. Yep, good. Cup that heel.
Kind of pulling away from this.
Yeah.
Good, there you go.
I'm mobilizing all this stuff. That's still like his toes are getting hung about.
Yep, so let me show you.
Am I not getting a tired of it?
It's just, I think it's probably just more reps, get more familiar with it, but here's some tips. So, come up back. We got his heel the entire time. Use my forearm on the toes. So see how I'm reaching across from these toes here? My forearm, not my hand. My forearm. I'm taking him down. Notice I'm not doing this, right? All I'm doing, almost to the mat. Then as I start coming up fast, when I'm turning into him, and I'm using that forearm, see how it's toes on the front. Now it's toes on the back. That's all it is.
Not rolling all the way over.
Yep.
I have near as much room.
Yep, just focus on kind of staying almost flat on your back initially as you bring your elbow to the mat. You bring that foot down.
You need to be squared up.
That was actually that's pretty good. Hand on the heel. There you go. That hand will not leave the heel the entire time. Use that forearm on the toes.
I'm trying to think.
Yep. Forearm on the toes. See how your hand is on the toe, your forearm is on the toes there. There you go.
It is this one.
Now lean forward. See your hands down the toes, your forearm is on the toes the whole time.
Yeah.
Forearm on the toes, good. Keep it in, good. Now lean forward. As you lean forward, poke those toes in your armpit with your forearm. Good. There you go. That's it. Good job.
Trying to just hand position.
Yeah.
Going the opposite direction.
So first,
Yeah.
that elbow down a little bit, reach up, with your forearm on the toes. Bring your elbow down,
I
good.
think so, right?
Yeah, there you go, man.
Well, switch sides, it's like my brain goes.
Now, you guys see you're losing his knee line?
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Pretty good, yeah. ideally, see how you're kind of like lifting your elbow up? Ideally, you won't be doing that. Just, it's more reps.
Is it this one is
Your left elbow. Keep it on the ground. So, yep, bring your elbow to the mat. Good. Now, as you lean forward, see your hands like that. That's what I'm talking about. You should be doing this elbow up. Just like, okay. So once I'm here,
yeah, that was
this elbow will sit down.
a lot smoother.
See how I'm doing? My elbow is down the entire time. I use my forearm.
Okay, so I'm literally just flat.
Yep, all I'm doing, from your armpit. What I'm not doing is I'm not coming up here and doing that. Okay, so I'm forming your armpit, and form in the toes. Form the toes, my elbows to the mat, lean forward as I lean forward. Open those toes back. Okay. Might help you get deeper. Palm in with your left hand. Yep, good. Almost. He's got longer toes, longer feet. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was your best one yet. That was it. Let's see 3 more of those. Almost. There you go, man. Good job. One more. There you go. Good. That's it. All right, guys. We'll do some more of those reps. Those are great warm-up reps, and also just getting familiar to entering into the heel hook grip from tiny hold. You do different positions. Here, Ryan. We'll talk about. We'll do the knee shield sweep first. This is one of my favorite ones. Even against like big, strong guys, I love using this one because it's really unexpected, and I've got a lot of options from here. Specifically, we'll do the knee bar today. So I like to do, I've got my knee shield in, or I've got a nice tight half guard. I'm gonna reach underneath. The first battle, the first difficult thing to achieve is this underhook right here. I don't really do any fancy setups for this. I literally just shoot underneath. But whenever I shoot underneath, I'm shooting elbow deep. All right. Now I'll do that when they're posted up on their knee. If their knee's not up, or their knee's a little bit further back, it's a little bit more difficult. Maybe I just won't go for it until this knee is readily available, because a lot of times people will sit in a position that lines in right now. This is a common position for people to go to. So anytime they've got this knee up, it's really easy for me just to reach underneath. I'm going elbow deep. Then I'm gonna get a nice gable grip. All right. So a nice tight gable grip. I've got my elbow right here in the thigh, so I've got a nice light on him. Now what I want to do is I'm gonna pull. I'm like uppercut. I'm gonna pull behind this leg. At the same time, I'm pushing forward with my knee. So I call this a knee shield sweep because ultimately I'm coming up on top. What I choose to do from there, I've got multiple options. Whether I just come up on top and get sweep points, take top position, or I start attacking. I can start attacking knee bars. I can rotate over into honey hole and attack some field hooks like we were just doing. We'll do knee bars today though. So again, here we are. I'm keeping my frames up. I'm keeping the distance. I've got my knee shield in. I'm going to go elbow deep. I'm going to grip, a nice gable grip. Forearms in tight, everything's in tight. I'm going to pull as I extend. All right. This is where my options start to open up. Depending on how he falls, sometimes he'll fall back just like he is right now, which really is the ultimate goal. Sometimes he'll fall back the other way. Sometimes he'll do some weird stuff. Depending on what they do will prompt my next move. And this just comes with doing the move over and over, right? Getting more familiar with it. But right now what we're doing is we're going to start to come up with him. And as we start to come up, rotating up and over. Now typically on a knee bar, you're gonna want his foot between your head and the mat. So that's the ultimate goal, is in this rotation to have the foot over there. If you find yourself with the foot's on the top side, you can just simply grab and push it over. So it's not a big deal if you're not there. But you can also finish with the foot not on the same side as the mat. But again, ideally you would want the foot on the same side as the mat. To finish this knee bar, I've got like a, I don't know what this position would be called. This, I mean, this is basically honey hole right here, right? I've got my foot coming in from the outside in. This was where we just were in honey hole. This is where we end up in this knee shield sweep, but this is also honey hole, all right? But I'm pinching my legs together, I'm scissoring on his thigh. I grab this heel, I'm gonna rotate back and look at the sky, and as I do that, I'm bridging in. So that's the finish. Hand on the heel, rotate back, so I'm thinking of touching my right shoulder back to the mat. And even if it is, again, the foot on the wrong side, again, this is not ideal, you can still definitely finish it, or you can just grab the foot and shove it back over, pinch, go up. So notice that I'm pinching with my head, I'm pinching his foot between my head and my shoulder. Let's do it again. Half guard, going underneath, elbow deep, gable grip. I'm pulling at the same time I'm pushing. So I'm pulling with my arm as I'm pushing with my knee. More often than not, there ends with my heel is right there. I'm gonna keep on pushing him back as I come up to my elbow. And I rotate up and around into honey hole position with this variation with my legs. Grab the heel. I'm not as focused on my left arm. I sometimes grab my left shoulder, sometimes I'll grab the leg, but I'm not as focused on what I'm doing with my left arm. The key thing here is grabbing the heel, pinching the foot between my head and my shoulder, rotating to my right shoulder, looking at the sky, bridging in. You okay? Sorry, I got knee bursts on too, don't you?
Still feel tight.
You going for the camera?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so here we are, half guard position. I'm going to shoot in, elbow deep with the underhook. I'm gonna get a gable grip, nice tight. I'm scissoring my forearm in to his thigh just to stay tight. I'm going to pull. As I pull, I'm gonna push with my knee and start to extend him back. If I can, I wanna come up with him up to my elbow, start to rotate up over top. So I'm using my head as a post. So I'm rotating up over top. Now I'm into this modified honey hole position, stuffing the foot between my head and the mat if possible, grabbing the heel, rotating to my right shoulder, bridging into the knee. Any questions?
Question. Just because of the way, as I'm seeing his knee, it looks like it's almost the same pressure from the side as the heel.
You can definitely, yeah, you can definitely look at it that way because you're still rotating just like you would on an inside heel hook. So yeah, I think the difference here though is my hips are pushing into kind of like the top side of his knee as opposed to just the side of what you would on the heel hook.
Okay. The reason I ask is like I'm just thinking like in a competition or something because it looks like it's the same motion. Like okay, if it's the same pressure on the knee, what's the difference?
I would say the difference is you don't have it underneath your arm and the heel's not underneath the elbow. That's it.
Okay.
So you're right. So yeah, it's devastating.
Still pushing kind of from the side and get that.
In this
pressure.
version, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. But they're not going to pull a heel hook because it's technically not a heel hook, but it's the same motion. That's why we focus on that rotating to our back. It's the same motion. You're absolutely right. I think the other difference on a heel hook, the leg is typically more bent as well, whereas on the knee bar, this leg is fully extended, but it's still the same concept of rotating.
Yeah, I mean, you've completely immobilized it because you can't rotate. Well, I guess you can rotate in that other one. At least you can try to rotate. The heel with the heel hook lock, with the heel lock, you can't really do a whole lot.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a very similar mechanic. Any other questions, guys? This is one of my absolute favorite moves to do. I don't do it too often anymore just because I've transitioned to a lot of butterfly work, but whenever I do half guard, this is my go-to from half guard. Good stuff. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3.
So this is going to go straight into it. As opposed to like just, I'm going to die.
Now come up to your elbow, do like a little crunch, come up to your elbow, good. Now, take your knee to the mat, keep rotating over. During this time, stuff the foot. Instead of going, because that would be a heel hook, but good catch. Yeah, very good. Now your right foot, I want to see you scissor the, there you go, good. Now rotate to your back right shoulder and bridge in. Yeah, I mean that's it, you're there. It's just a matter of
It's
continue.
just like
Continue.
a little bit too like high on my knee.
I feel like you're you'll finish it there though. Yeah.
Not gonna have one.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, that's it.
So go back. And I didn't mention this is my fault. This knee shield, guys, needs to be right across the waistline. A typical knee shield is going to be up in the chest, like center of the chest, right? For this knee shield sweep, we want it right across the waistline. And the reason we're doing that is because, especially against bigger guys, we don't want to go against their full body mass. We're going to go against their waistline where they've got a little bit other way. So instead of rotating the way you did, rotate to your right shoulder.
Okay, so
Let's see it again. I'll walk you through it.
Yeah,
That's good, Ryan.
That was tight.
Like as soon as you rolled and locked, it was locked in.
Good. Now you want to stay on your right hip, and you want to come up to your right elbow, and keep pushing with this leg. Keep pushing that good. Now come up, and you can actually beat that foot where it was. You can kind of finish there. Let me hop in a little bit. Top. Once up,
Boom, right there. When you roll it, it's locked.
Good. So you're on the knee shield, down low. Once we start the sweep, we're going to start with it, right? Get it right though. Knee shield down. We're going to push him back.
Oh.
Now from here, I'm coming this way. I'm basically coming up and I'm going to step this foot.
When you're down like that, it feels like we're gonna have like a.
okay.
So instead of rotating him out over the top of me, I'm pushing him back.
Correct. Okay. And you're in this one, if you're unhooking with your right arm, you're rotating to your right side. Yep, keep going to your right.
Yep.
Just put that knee up and over. Keep on going, keep on going. You can keep that foot where it was.
I'm sorry.
It didn't feel right at all.
Where's your left leg?
My left leg track over here.
Okay. So your goal would be to get your left knee under here. Yep. That's good, Casey. That's it. Or Matt, sorry, keep calling him Casey. But yeah, Matt, that looks good. Now from here you can grab with your right hand. Yep, there you go. There you go. Now, no, keep that right hand where it was. On the heel, right hand on the heel. And I want you to rotate to your back right shoulder and bridge up into the sky. That's it, man. Nice. That looks good, Jim. This is a whole tank over there. This is look good. The other half may have sucked. I don't know. I'm sure it did.
Alright. Instead of being up here, bring it down here.
That's pretty good. And whenever I move that foot from my right side to my left, I like to use my right hand
There you go.
on top of the foot. So I like the right hand on top of the foot. Right hand.
Yeah.
Top
This
of the
one you
foot.
said doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, you're right. And then push it to the left side. Good. There you go. Nice. Now grab the heel with your right hand, and then rotate to your back right shoulder, and there you go.
Okay.
Right?
Too quick. It's like,
Yep. Now, so I like you to
try to like
my right hand
yank.
on top of the foot. Right hand on top of the foot.
When I
Stuff
get
it
here,
between my left ear and the mat.
yeah, mine.
Good. Now grab the heel with your right hand. Now I want you to rotate to your back right shoulder, look at the sky and bridge in. Keep going till it taps. Keep going till it taps. No, you're not. You got it. Right there.
Slide out on me.
Let's see it again.
Yeah.
You can feel like me.
Yeah.
Let's go. See it again. Rep.
That's where you are stretching me out a little bit.
So I come closer to you.
So Jim, try not to go well. Let's go back, guys.
The other side.
Jim, if you can, try to stay
I wanna work on this
side
side.
a little bit instead of turning away from him.
Okay.
People will definitely react the way Jim is, but we're just for today. That's a different response that we would have.
Forcing you over instead of doing
Yeah, nice. And now what you do, Casey, is I want you to come up to your right elbow.
Yeah.
Nope, your right elbow. Good. Right elbow. And then come up front. Good. There you go. Now the foot. Good. Take your right hand, step the top of his foot. There you go. Good. Grab the heel. Good. Now I want you to rotate to your back right shoulder. Look at the ceiling and bridge in. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
go back real quick. In case you do this, the initial part, the knee shield sweep part, everything's tight right here. This knee is tight, and I'm pushing back. Okay? Once I push back and gets up, I'm keeping everything tight. Also, do you feel like
everything
my foot is
flows
moving
smooth?
to the side?
Yeah. Going from like all the
Getting
way over and over. Yeah. When you're posting with your
Everything's tight. I'm pushing back.
feel.
From here, I'm going to up to my elbow. Rotate up and around. Foot.
Or did you want
With
to
your
try
fist. So I'm stuffing this foot between my head and my back. Grabbing the heel, rotating my back right shoulder, and bridging in. Sit again. I rolled the wrong way.
No, that's where I
Come with your right elbow. Let's go. Come with your right elbow. Start bringing your left knee across. Good. Keep going. Good. There you go.
that's right.
There you go. That's it, man.
That's the right.
Step the foot. Good. Grab the heel
Then
with your right hand.
Grab the heel.
Grab the heel with your right hand. Good.
Yeah.
Now rotate your back shoulder and look at the sky and bridge in.
This one's
That's it.
Then you.
Just
Okay.
rep it. Just gotta keep repping it. That's it. You're right there.
I don't know. As soon as we switched sides, then I lost everything.
All right. Let's see it.
I tried to do the other side, and that was dumb.
Let's see it.
You did the same thing I did. Rotate away from it.
Yeah, keep going. You're good. Now take your left hand this time. Your left hand's gonna go on top of this foot and stuff it between your ear and your shoulder. It's already there, so you're fine. Now grab the heel with your left hand. Now rotate to your back left shoulder. Look at the sky and bridge in. Grab the heel with your left hand. Good. Pinch his foot between your ear and shoulder. Good. Now rotate to your back left shoulder. Look at the sky and bridge in. Good.
What I was doing, I did the same thing I was doing. You kind of rotated away from it.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna get a bunch of rest of this thing. I'm not gonna over my hip at all.
You know what? You went.
I end up here a lot, so I really want to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's like,
By the time I get my legs out, I should be far away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
go with it.
Watch me do that real quick.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting the mechanics right, but our size differential is causing us some challenges.
Okay.
So you go on the other side.
Yep, that's very good. No, that's not necessary. You can definitely do that, but not necessary. You can just start coming up your elbow. You can start going up your elbow and leave your knee, drive your knee across. There you go, good. And that foot can stay right there. That foot can actually stay right there. Yeah, good. That's not a lot of my position for animal. There you go, good. Now take your right hand and shove it behind your ear. Good. Grab the heel. Now rotate your back right shoulder.
Yeah, this probably-
This will be probably going to grab the heel.
Yeah.
Good. Good, there you go.
You do get a transition from like
That's it, man.
in the roll, you're secure.
Do you feel your leg configuration? And you have that foot back in the hip still? That's right, that's what I mean.
I almost felt like I was rotating it around his body.
Yeah,
Because I went from the backside and kind of brought it over from back here to over here.
exactly. You're, at first, your knee's here, your foot's here. You're transitioning where you're dragging this around.
Right.
Your foot is on the hip and the knee's down back here.
Let me try.
Actually, guys, everyone bring it in real quick. Let's review this one more time. We'll get some more reps in. All right. So we're starting here in half guard. We've got a good strong knee shield. Typically, the knee shield should be around the center of the chest, right? Maybe a little bit off center to one direction or the other, depending on what you're doing. But for the most part, your knee shield should be high and center of the chest. Whenever we hit this knee shield sweep, once we get into our elbow deep underhook, right? So I'm shooting in, doing a little crunch, going elbow deep. For the sweep, I'm actually dropping my knee down to the waistline at this point, and I'm pushing back off of the hip. So I'm gonna push back off of that hip. What people will try to do is they'll try to force their body in, right? They'll try to smash down. And I don't want my leg up here because when they do that, they're smashing my leg into my chest, and I lose the strength that I've got. So I'm just making this adjustment just slightly, so my knee is down on his hip. And I don't care how much he tries to smash me out now, I've got such a strong position, I'm going to be able to take him back, all right? Going to try to smash me out. Try to hold on, try to smash me out. I'm going to win this back. So, once we
get them all balanced. We get their hips back. We're going to follow them up. I'm keeping my gable grip. I'm following them up to my elbow, and I'm going to lead with my knee as I start to rotate around. So I'm using my elbow to post, to come up. I'm leading with my knee and my foot is trailing. This foot is on this hip still, all right? This is basically honey hole, just without the leg through. It's still honey hole, so it's the same position. I'm just leaving this foot on this hip. From here, I'm grabbing the heel. If the foot is not between my head and the mat, I can still finish it on this side. It is not ideal, but it's still finishable. What would be ideal is to grab the foot, stuff it between my head and the mat, pinch his foot between my ear and my shoulder, grab the heel, rotates my back shoulder, look at the sky, and bridge in. Any other questions about that? All right, let's get some more reps. Arnish can jump in on one of these groups. Let's do one and switch so we're all getting a bunch of reps, all right? 1, 2, 3.
Give us tips here too.
That look good. Pause, pause, pause. Grab the heel with your right hand. There you go. Now do it. There you go. Look good. Grab the heel with the right hand. Like actually grab it. Yeah, there you go. Good.
My other hand, it's like, I don't know what to do.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not too concerned about the other hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll grab my own shoulder. Sometimes I'll just
I
kind
want
of.
his left leg, I want my right hand on his shoulder.
Correct. Yes. The other arm, the one that's down towards the mat, sometimes I'll reach across and grab my shoulder. Sometimes I'll grab my own wrist. It's not as important for this because the main thing I just wanted, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You can use that same butterfly hook or the butterfly grip we were using during warm-ups where you're kind of grabbing your own wrist. You can do that as well. Beautiful, that's exactly right. Keep going. See what's not going to happen, keep going. Bridge into him, put your hips into his knee. There you go, that's good.
You're just pulling me up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, make sure you're bridging in.
Do you just slide it that way?
That's good, Arnis.
Pull me up.
Now,
Yeah.
I should do this. Instead of just extending your hips in, I want you to think about putting your right shoulder on the mat.
Once you see my
Go
leg,
back on your right shoulder. Yep, from this.
it's like me. It's like me. Tension.
It may be. It's kind of the Mikey mismatch you're talking about.
Locked out.
That's the I want to keep the old places.
Yeah, it's just coming to your elbow.
Feels so weird. Feel the optimal sometimes.
Yeah.
That,
Yes, it's coming up. It's coming up to your elbow, driving that knee over, and then continuing the rotation.
Well, no, see, that's what Jeff was telling me not to do it. Or when I was falling back and kind of turning away from you, it's not what he wanted me. He wanted me to pressure in.
And really, if they did react like Jim would, we would probably adjust what we're doing, which is a little bit different.
Right.
does that feel better?
Yeah.
But I want you to really drive your knee, just drive him back that way, and then come up. Good. There you go. That looked good. Now your left knee. There you go. Good. Now grab his heel with your right hand. Good. Now think of putting your right shoulder back on the mat, bridging up to the sky, bridge, put your hips in. Good. Good. Looks pretty good.
Hey, Arnis,
Yeah.
you mind coming over here? Maybe swapping it up. I just didn't want to work on somebody with different size.
No.
We can fire on for a little bit, but we want them back.
Fighting over Arnis.
Yeah.
So in this case here, see how he's going belly down away from you? We probably aren't going to go for knee bar in this case. We're probably going to adjust what we're doing.
What I need to do to make sure I just stay up.
For today, just don't go belly down. Yeah, don't turn and run. Just because we're trying to knee bar specifically.
I'm not trying to mess him up.
That's okay. Well, and people do that. And it's just, and when they do, it's just a different reaction that we'll have. Just not what we're covering today.
Sit down because I'm not smashing
Yeah, good. Beautiful. Perfect. Yep.
this. And you put shoulder on the ground.
I can smash it up at turtle, so I'm really trying to like extend it.
Yeah. Right hand on the heel. Good. That looked good. Very good. That's your best one yet. So stay on your right hip.
Yeah, that's what I've been. I'm
Yeah,
over
your
right
right
time
hip.
now.
Yeah. Stay on your right hip. And then Arnis, don't turn and run. Good. There you go. Good.
Yes, that's the thing is, it's much to make your body position what you do. That's what's throwing you off. Because I gotta stay moving toward you. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, you're there. Yep. Good. Keep your ear pinched to your shoulder. Let everything else look great.
One second.
Can I rock this down real quick?
Yeah. No, they catch you. He had it tight, but he was forming this way instead of arching in.
Looks good, Casey.
You need to both pull and both arch.
Beautiful.
Put your shoulders like this.
All right, guys, bring it in. I want to cover a certain part of this again. I'm thinking about the words that I used a moment ago. I want to clarify something. So when I talked about, so initially knee shields kind of center mass, right? What I was talking about was drop my knee down to his hip. So I'm doing that too because I want to off balance him, right? I want to push him back and I want to off balance him, and we control the hips to do that. I don't want to say that we'll never push up here because sometimes I do that. Sometimes if they are smashing me out, or if, let's just say this hip isn't working specifically, I may actually go flat to my back a little bit, push up higher to get them off balance, and then start to rotate back and up. So I don't want the message to be that I'm always pushing from the hip bone. Depending on their reaction, their response, I may make an adjustment and push up higher in the body. I may redirect their energy, so going back down. So if they are like trying to smash me out really hard, I may rotate almost like think about like the giggler, right? Whenever we go under the hips, it's kind of that concept where I'm actually going underneath to push them up, and then I may continue on with what we were doing before. All right, let's go and move on to the next move that we're gonna talk about. Same start, we're gonna get elbow deep, but instead of the knee shield sweep and entering into it, I'll bring my leg across and I'll use my leg right here on this, like the back of my leg on this hip bone. So I'm doing the same concept where I'm pushing him back at the sweep, but instead I'm doing it from honey hole, or not from honey hole, almost like a DOA type position where I'm bringing this leg across, and I'm using that to really push him back off balance as I uppercut and rotate up and around. So this is same entry into honey hole, same concept. You can get your same knee bar from there. So here we are, we've got our half guard with our knee shield up. I'm going in, elbow deep, pushing on him. Maybe I'm just not getting the look that I want. I can extend my hips out, so I'm using my legs, give me a little bit of space. Leg is coming out and across, and I'm really hitting hard on this hip bone. I know you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
I'm really hitting hard on this hip bone, and I'm extending the same way I did before, just with the back of my thigh instead of the knee. Remember, extending with the back of my thigh, and I'm coming up again, hooking, hand on the heel, rotating to my back shoulder and bridging in. One more time for your camera. Here we are, we're in our half guard position, going in, elbow deep, getting a gable grip. I may be trying the knee shield sweep, it's not working. I'm going to extend my legs to give myself a little bit of space, bring this leg across, and as I do this, I'm hitting his hip with the back of my thigh, pulling as I'm continuing to extend this opposing motion. Once I've got him off balance, coming up to my elbow, continuing the rotation. If the foot is already on that side of the head, great. If it's not, I'm just gonna grab the top of the foot with my right hand, stuff it, grab the heel, rotate to my back right shoulder, bridge in. Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Are you gonna wash your hands first?
Yes, I go. Yes.
You were saying you're
That's the grip I'll hold. I'll hold that hip grip until I get either injury. Yep. Yep. Keep that right leg down if you can. Push with your left. Good. With your right elbow. Good. Good. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was
That looked good.
Yep.
Looked real good.
Everyone pause and look at Arnis real quick. We talked about this, I think, a week or two ago. This is another option whenever you're finishing a knee bar, is to stuff the foot behind the armpit. That is a super nasty, tight way of finishing a knee bar. So keep that in mind as well. That is an option of stuffing that foot behind the armpit.
Yeah.
So Arnis, just to say, yeah, don't. There you go. Good. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was
Nice.
Oh yeah. Is this
I just want to get some longer. It's hard for me to get position. I just got on you on Casey because our
I think when you like immediately grab this like heel really tight.
Push with that left leg.
So it has to
Go back. Yeah, think about pushing him back.
Until you leave.
There you go. That's fine.
Once
That'll
you
work.
unpeel my leg, get this.
But your rotation was excellent. That was, I mean, your rotation was a lot better as you're coming up and over. That was great. Just think about pushing down that left leg.
You need to put the
Okay, how do I do this?
you need to put the other heel on my butt and squat.
And pause real quick. Let's talk about the start.
Only when you does that shit.
This foot and then good.
Now, show the space. Yeah, good. Now pull as you push. Nice. Now come up your elbow and come around. Beautiful.
If it's tight here, you're in
Beautiful.
bad shape. Really gentle.
Right hand on the heel. Yep. And rotate your back right shoulder. Nice.
If it's tight in a roll already, it's nasty.
You're built for this. You know what I mean? Like here, this move.
Yeah.
So I grab it.
Like a tiny leg.
It's like the
Good. Nice, Ryan.
that one for you coming across. It feels tight for the moment.
No, we also do
Yeah, you start to move.
It
It's like
definitely feels tighter when
like it's locked on me.
definitely feels tighter.
Get that left knee underneath.
Yeah, left knee is in the house spot, yeah.
Yeah, but right, you can fix that right after. Just drive it in, bring that left knee. Good. There you go. Good.
No, we also do like maybe bail.
Okay. Bring that left knee through.
You work back if you put. I just wanted some different biceps.
Yeah, no, that's good. I would just bring your bottom leg, your left knee, bring it underneath him.
You got me in the face last one, so I had arm right there just in case. We got the same spot. Yeah.
Yes, nasty. Good. Good.
Yep.
Here, stop. Here. Really tight. Grab the knee. Over time. More. Here.
That's good. Case, man, looking good. No, it's looking a lot better. I mean, it just takes more reps. Right? This is very new territory for you, right? I mean, very new territory, and every single rep you're getting better. So don't beat yourself up. It's looking good, man.
So I wanted this to be hooked still.
I mean, you can definitely go all the way through to like the traditional honey hole position, but I like the foot hooked in the hip like that. Yes, that's my preference. Because the reason I like that, mainly for heel hooks, I mean, same thing for the knee bar, but for the heel hooks, I'll take my right foot and I'll hook it on this far leg, and that prevents them from rotating away. Because one of the most very effective defense and counters for him to rotate away, that helps prevent him from rotating
Only
away.
maybe like if I can step out or somehow.
Well, I mean, I had my.
A few more reps, guys. We'll talk about one more variation.
Good to know why we're doing this.
Like your hip is even above my knee. I have so deep on that side.
You're pretty deep in this, yeah. Deeper you are, it's better for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
Come up to your right elbow. And what I would do is, yeah, come up to your right elbow. Keep going. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Good. Now take your left knee underneath. And really, you want to hit it before he falls to his butt. Let me show you real quick. And then as I start to come up from here, I'm keeping this grip.
yeah.
So I'm keeping that grip. And as I come up here, I'm bringing the knee underneath. So I'm going belly down and knee underneath already.
Yeah.
And I didn't really emphasize that earlier, so that's my fault.
Probably you can try to you like
You probably could.
but you are so maybe you really come back.
See how far my knee is through?
Yeah, no. But probably if you like if you still if I don't have it here, so you probably still step forward, yeah. Now you're off. But once I have it behind my head, nasty. And if you don't leave, just let it go.
Right.
Left knee through, good. That looked good, man. That looked really good.
Yeah.
Finish your last rep.
It was still was a good one to do.
This looked good, Jim.
Doesn't take much, you know.
Yeah, looked pretty good, Ryan. Glue the foot to your ear, pinch it between your head and shoulders. Good.
Yeah, that's what I was focused on that last time.
You want to shit? It's a bit weird. We'll be almost here almost.
Right hand. Good. And now,
Right here on my side.
all right, guys. One little point of emphasis on what we just covered, then we'll talk about one more entry. Here, Ryan. I just talked to you guys about this, but I want everybody to see this. Elbow deep, gable grip, pinching in tight, creating some space, bring our leg through, and using the back of our thigh as a weapon against his hip. So I'm kicking it hard, and as I'm pulling, when I start to come up, I'm keeping this grip, all right? As I come up, I'm coming up to my elbow, do like a little crunch right to my elbow, and I'm going belly down right here. It's important that we start getting this knee in first. I saw a lot of times when people were getting to their, like all they rotated, this bottom leg was back. So I saw a lot of people were right here with this bottom leg not underneath. So the way to help that is when you first come up, you're going to your elbow first, and I'm going belly down. And bring the leg up and over. All right. And I saw Arnold doing that. So that's another way of doing the entry. Part of this depends on flexibility. Sometimes people have trouble getting this leg in tight and across. Sometimes people have trouble getting this leg up and around. You got to be careful not to accidentally kick your opponent in the head when you do this, because it's very possible. I've definitely done it plenty of times. But whichever one works better for you in terms of your body type and your flexibility, both are effective, just different ways of doing it. But everything else is exactly the same. We're gonna shoot in deep. We're gonna go elbow deep, get our gable grip, create a little bit of space. We're gonna open this leg up to go around that hip, and then everything else is exactly the same from here. We're going to do our push-pull to get them off balance, come up to our elbow. Once we're up to our elbow, start to rotate, and I'm going knee down, belly down, so my knee's now on the mat. I'm gonna continue my rotation. If the foot is not between my head and the mat, and it's on this side, and I can still finish it, but it's definitely not as effective. The other option that I touched on briefly, if the foot is on the opposite side of the mat, so it's towards the ceiling, perfect opportunity for the behind the armpit finish. Just reach through. So you're using the bottom hand to step the leg, reach through, push it behind the armpit, or take the top hand on top of the foot, shove it back to the between your head and the mat, pinch the foot between your head and shoulders, grab the heel, grab your own shoulder, put your shoulder on the mat, and bridge up. Any questions?
You can do either, depending on how you roll, and whatever side his foot falls on.
Yes.
You can either one.
Correct.
Depending.
Yep, you
don't
go.
have to.
You don't. Correct. Yep.
Okay.
You can, if it's on the
Yeah.
side towards the ceiling, you can step it back behind the armpit. You can still finish it with it on that side of the head. It's just not as effective, and they definitely have a better chance of escaping. So I wouldn't recommend trying it. You still can, or switch it, stuff it, pinch it, finish it.
I put it in the armpit, it's the same motion, just put my shoulder in the mat and extend the hips to finish.
Whenever you put it behind the armpit, there's less of a focus on putting your shoulder to the mat and just more of extending the hips in. Yep. All right, guys, let's get a few reps. 1, 2, 3. Let's do one each. Let's get a couple reps.
I gotta go to work then.
All right, man. Good job today, man. Seriously, your progression from your first rep, which was not very good, right, to your last rep, which is exactly correct. That was good stuff, man. Appreciate it. Be proud.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looked good. Good job.
What are you doing?
What are we doing?
We're just doing reps.
Just this? Oh,
Trying to roll. Oh, I heard you say, what are you doing?
I subbed you.
Well, I should have come in. He sticks his hat in. I'm like, okay. That's okay, man. We figured it out.
Communication issues.
Hey, listen, your first artist came in ready to rock.
I tell you, like 3 days ago.
Good. Grab the heel with your right hand.
Man, I always set up with my other hand.
It's all right.
It's in there, right?
Yeah.
Nice, Ryan. Go with your right elbow. Push, pull. Come with your right elbow. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Very good. Knee gap pause. You had it and then you lost it. Come back up real quick, both of you. Good. This knee, I want you to put your knee right there in the mat. And then keep it under. There you go. Good. That's it. Good. And what I'll do here is actually bring my knee up. And the reason we bring our knee up is like it's almost like a defense to keep him from. It's almost like another knee shield, right? So he can't sit up and do a certain
I'll see, I'll see if I can.
Because he started to have really nice
So
position
here, I would
too,
take
with
the
your
right
knee in
hand
the
on
right
spot of his foot, shove his foot between your ear and your shoulder. Right hand on top. Yep. There you go. Good. There you go. That's it.
With a nasty angle.
Yeah, I could tell.
Speed one angle.
That was definitely the
Like the
same.
time the leg
same
goes
you're
over,
talking about.
It feels like you're going
Yeah.
just slide his hip.
You're exactly right. It's just a different grip and when it's extended.
I mean, it can do damage, but the damage is not that.
Damage gonna be the same thing. Yep. Get that knee. Get his knee.
I think from there we switched to one of these. If you go belly down, if we're switching to
My
the
natural response.
All right, time. Line it up. All right, guys, we talked about the knee bar sweep. We only talked specifically about the knee bar finish from honey hole because you guys just went into honey hole. All those injuries were into honey hole. Just because we had the foot trailing the hip, that's still honey hole. It's just a variation of the position. It's actually my preferred position when it comes to honey hole. I don't like putting that bottom leg through. So we did the knee bar sweep into a knee bar from honey hole. We did the other one. I don't know what the heck it's called, but your leg comes across. It's almost like a DOA. We'll call it a sweep from DOA because that's essentially DOA is what we were looking at, which is double outside ashi or outside ashi. Into the rotation up into the knee bars from honey hole. And then we did the other version where the leg went all the way across that windmill. We then rotated up into the knee bar from honey hole. So all those were honey holes. All of those could transition directly into an inside heel hook and plenty of other options as well. Same exact position. Just like the warm-ups we did all those heel hooks from the inside heel hooks from honey hole. Exactly what we did, just different leg configuration. All right. Any questions about anything that we covered today? You guys look great. At the end, everybody was hitting them right. You guys look good. And then Arna showed the behind the armpit finish with the knee bar, which is really it's better. That is a stronger finish. It's harder to get to because it's just the different alignment of the bodies. But if you can ever find yourself getting that foot behind the armpit, that's a very strong finish. All right, guys. Any questions? All right, y'all. Have a good one.